Hi, this is Eric from longboxreview.com, and this is an episode of The Gutters where I talk about whatever. What a year. So it is February, can't say February 2nd, 2018, as I am driving in my car, heading home from work on a Friday evening as I record this, and by what a year I mean, what a fucking year so far. I thought 2017 was bad enough. In fact, December 31st, I tweeted out that, well, I just simply put, fuck you, 2017. Because what a bad year, right? But it was no more than a week. All right, I should just warn you right now. This is just me bitching, okay? So if you don't want to listen to this, just press stop right now and delete this from your feed or from your playlist or whatever. But I got to get this stuff off my chest so I can move forward and focus on what it is that I want to do with this podcast. So I apologize, but here we go. So it's not even a week into 2018, and my wife and I are dealing with a custody case involving our grandkids that whom we've had custody for over 10 years now, and so we were dealing with the very tail end of that, where we had to go talk to a counselor, and deal with that crap. And so, like I said, towards the end of the first week of January, we finally got all that done. Everything's behind us. Kids are still with us, thank God. So we get the counseling done, like I said, and then a little bit later, I find something out. Something that just completely knocks me off my feet, changes my worldview, all that crap. But it's just stuff that completely changed my life in a very bad way. I felt betrayed by someone that I trust, and it's been really hard to work past that, but I'm trying to do that. Anyway, I don't know what else to say about that. I just still, it's been almost a month now, and I'm still having I'm still having a hard time learning how to deal with it. I talked to a good friend of mine who went through a trying time like this, so to speak, but he gave me some good advice, and I'm trying to use that advice to make things better for me. Anyway, this thing that I'm talking around, that I'm not gonna give specifics on. It stopped me from, that night. Sorry, I keep going back and forth on this, but I'm driving at the same time. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts on this. And apparently, I should not be podcasting and driving at the same time. But the night I found out about this betrayal, I went down to my office and I read comics and did some stuff comic-wise in my office. And I tweeted out about this because I just, at that night, I just, all I wanted to do was scream. And instead of doing that, because, I'm an adult and I don't scream. But what I can do is get on Twitter and howl into the darkness that way. And so I did a little bit of that night. And one of the things I said was that I was retreating to the one thing in my life that is comforting to me, and that is comics. So I was doing that kind of stuff, but that didn't last very long because I didn't want to. After that initial weekend, I did not feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like podcasting. I didn't feel like being engaged on social media. Didn't feel like reading comics, talking about comics. That's how bad it was for me. And I only got back into that in the last couple weeks. Partly because about a week after, maybe a week and a half after, I found out about this stuff that bothers me so much. I got sick. Like, I thought I had this really bad cold, and my voice was just really crappy, and which means, of course, I couldn't do any podcasting unless you all wanted to listen to me pretend to be Froggy from the Our Gang movies, serials from ancient times. Look it up, folks, if you're not familiar with Our Gang or the Little Rascals. That's the other name that they were known as. Anyway, I sounded like Froggy from that, and it just got worse to the point where I was sick for a week, and then I woke up again on Friday. It's always, for some reason, it's been Fridays that have been bad for me. But I woke up and I got up, got dressed. I'm just feeling like crap, as I had been. But then I start to take my dog out. I walk from my bedroom downstairs to the front door to take my dog out, and I cannot catch my breath. I am just breathing hard, and it took me several minutes to recover from that, and it scared the crap out of me. So I decide to stay home from work again, and I go to the doctor, and so they examine me, and they think that it might be the flu or it's pneumonia. And so they run all these tests. I get chest x-rays, they draw blood, and towards at the end of that, the doctor comes back in and says, well, everything looks to me like you have pneumonia, so here's all these antibiotics. He gave me like 3 different antibiotics to take, and which is a good thing, because they like I said, they ran some tests, but they didn't get the full results until later. And then so I looked up my medical records for that visit, and it turns out that's exactly what it was I had pneumonia in my right lung. And so it must have just developed from that bad cold to the pneumonia, and then they caught it really quick. So took the antibiotics, cleared it up, I guess. I feel much better now, and I sound much better now compared to what it was. But I've just been, despite all that, I have been just, I don't know, exhausted at the end of the day. Even still, maybe no, even this morning when I got up, I was going to say maybe today I felt best out of any day, but that's not true. So, I don't know. I thought maybe I might be slightly depressed from all this news, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel crappy and tired all the time, and but I want to get out of that. And so finally, like I said, I feel good enough health-wise that I can actually talk, obviously, because I'm doing it now. But I plan to do a proper episode of the Long Box Review podcast, focusing on my favorites of 2017. So I'm getting prepared for that. And anyway, so that'll be in the feed here pretty soon. I just released with Peter Rios the next Legion Project podcast, so go listen to that if you're a fan of a Legion of Superheroes. And he and I will be recording a new one pretty soon, but I'll be starting up regular podcast episodes, which is a good thing because I haven't recorded anything in the whole month of January, and I know that sometimes in the past, for whatever reason, it's usually around the holidays, but for whatever reason, I sometimes end up taking a month off of releasing episodes, and I really didn't want to do that, and I don't think I did in 2017 for the most part. I think I might have missed maybe half a month in there somewhere. But I certainly didn't want to start out 2018 this way, and yet there you go. So I guess not only is this a way for me to kind of get some stuff off my chest, but to let you know why. Here it is, the beginning of February, and there's been no podcast episodes. But I'll be working on it. Anyway, thanks for listening. Listen to me bitch about things. I appreciate it. Onward and upward, so to speak. And hopefully things will be turning out better in 2018 for me personally, and I hope as always for you.